Hello viewers, here is an 80s, what is this? I forgot what it is already. Randix pedestal based fan. And I'm going to do some service on this today, see if I can get it working a little better. Obviously the blade is busted up, I'll have to get a new blade for it, but the motor I think is plenty salvageable. As you can probably hear, it's not running very well. Although it is running better than it was before, the motor seems to have freed up a bit. Spin down time is really still quite short. I'm thinking of putting this blade on there instead, because it ain't broken. Look much cooler too, but we'll see. I have to modify that blade to get it to fit on here. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started. Screw off, I can't. Oh. Okay. I will unplug it at this point. And here we go. Here's the motor. Actually a fairly substantial motor. That's probably larger than what we find in most of today's garbagey box fans. Let's see here. Can we zoom in a little bit? There we go. Okay. So let's discharge the capacitor before we continue. Okay. Now it looks like this is actually going to have a metal oscillation gearbox. I can't get this off. Okay, this video angle should prove to be a fair bit better. Let's get the capacitor off of here. The screws are really on there. This is not good. I'm going to pause the video. Okay, after about 10 seconds of pausing the video, it came out. Or the tightness of it broke anyways. What the heck? This is a spring-loaded contraption? Oh, it's that lovely type with the two balls. Well, make sure those don't come out because that is quite a pain. Doesn't stay angled down. There we go. Okay, I'm going to put some blue 3-in-1 in there. I don't believe this has been oiled since it was purchased. That is getting shorter. I thought it was. Now it's back in the video. Okay, now oil the front, which I can't see. And there's oil getting everywhere. Fantastic. Let's get this hair off of there. It's nasty. Okay. Let's see, how am I going to do this? I have to do this. This is taking a lot of oil. Yeah, the spin down time is now. Oh man, is the whole thing out of focus? Oh, this video is a mess. This is a freak show. Camera freak show. Okay, I don't even know what was going on just then. Alright, spin down time is pretty good. So I'm going to put this oscillator thingy back on before something happens that I don't want to. For crying out loud. There's 2 oil ports right there and right there. Here I am struggling trying to get oil in this stupid thing. Oh boy. Well, this actually has oil ports, and this thing must be older than I thought it was. Because these things haven't had oil ports in quite a long time. Well, that's interesting. Alright, let me get this oscillator mechanism on and we'll do some oiling. I'm very surprised this has oil ports. That's a pleasant surprise. And these screws are made out of some very soft metal which keeps stripping. I'm just going to put these on very, very lightly because I want that to happen again. And I'll just get some of the dust off like this. Probably should do this too. This on. It's worth underscoring that this is a 2 microfarad capacitor, which is much smaller than what you see on the fans today. Today they put like crazy high values, 5 and 6 microfarads. A small microfarad capacitor here indicates that the motor is strong enough on its own that it doesn't need to be overpowered by capacitors. So that's a good sign. Oil port there. I'm only doing this much oil because I know this hasn't been oiled in a very long time. So, disengage oscillation. It's really starting to loosen up now. I really wish this blade wasn't busted because this would be a good fan to have complete. I suppose blades aren't the hardest thing to find. Alright. I'm going to throw this on there just for testing purposes. And let's turn this thing on. Move the camera back here like that. Let's get it straight. Okay. And let's see how this runs. concerns that this blade will fly apart, so I'm not going to put it on any faster than low speed without the guard on. But speaking of which guard, I can put back on now. Whoops. Alright. I'll put this on first. And that's what went there, but that would appear not to be the case. Because that's a machine thread screw. I'll have to look for another screw. Okay, got a number of comparable, or hopefully comparable screws here that may work. This one actually matches the paint finish, or plastic finish, whatever. Okay, enter problem if I can't see it. Why isn't this working? Oh, is that not long enough? Yeah, this is not long enough. That's the problem. Okay. That's too big. It's really no longer, but try this one. Alright, this is turning into a freak show here. Oh god, this screw is stripped. Why do we even have this? Get rid of that. I look for another screw now. Oh wait, I found the screw for this. It's not perfect, but it's better than what was there. That's what I'll do. Okay, maybe it won't do. And this is kind of an oddity. The oscillator mechanism does not line up with the hole. Maybe that's why there is no screw in here. Oh, this is crazy now. Alright, and these won't screw it in. This should not be this way. seriously? Alright, whatever. Whoops. Okay, we put this on here in case the blade decides to explode, which would not surprise me at all. And let's give it a test run. Just get rid of all these extra screws so I don't think I missed some screws. Okay. Now I'll plug it in and let's turn it on. Low. And high. Not sure if that's better or worse, but I just trimmed down the blade a bit to see if I could balance it. Let's try it again. Well, actually, that's fairly worse. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to make the blade as balanced and symmetrical as possible, and I'm going to try to fix it with duct tape. Okay, so now the blade is more balanced. It has a more normal form. It's smaller, but it has normal form at least. It doesn't seem to vibrate much anymore, so it's in good balance. Yeah, it's running pretty smooth. Okay. Alright, unfortunately my duct tape idea was a fail. So it's just going to have to stay like this. Which is not ideal. And I'll still have to get a new blade for it, but at least in the time being, it is usable. Alright, well that's going to conclude this video. When I get a new blade, I'll make a new video. Out.